All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update and information as it is hot. Happy Sunday. Welcome back once again, all our fans. If this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news is dropping, you will be the first who will come compliments of the season in advance. Igalakwa December, he gave some mere ala wotu. If you know go, whether you go follow me do ala wotu, you know go bad. It don't shell, between the NIG Army them boys and the Biafra Army them boys. No be small woto. We be say then collect to. As e dey be, e no easy because man wey no know man wey pass am, e no dey be small thing. And they say person wey no know person, na that person na him dey go dey call the person say this person na small boy o. And if you no know person say person pass you, you know you get some of these people wey dey get small body. Wey be say you fit be big boy get muscle, you no go know say that boy don go do taekwondo. You go say make you go carry your muscle fight am, him go use skills do you wetin no good. Na so the Biafra army and NIG army be, because e be like say the NIG army dem boys dey look down on those boys. Na why e dey happen like that. Na why all those things dey happen like that. But my own point be say fight no be good thing, and freedom kwano no be wetin dey get easy like that. You know say e be like person wey dey serve somebody, just go dey tell your master, oga release me now. Your master go dey look at you, him don check plenty things wey be say you go do. But remember that immediately after 1970, when Nigeria Biafra Civil War ended, the then head of state, Gowon, came and declared, he said, no victor, no vanquish. No victor, no vanquish. And but after saying that's no victor, no vanquish, I thought that the nation was going to continue in a balanced parallel, whereby everybody will still be able to get their own turn, of government, their own turn of having being in the office, their own turn of everybody. But as it is, you find out that the only people that have been in that office is that this office rotates from south, come to the southwest, go to the north, it comes back to the south, go to the northwest, but southeast ajukwanu elebunu no asinde anọghị ndegete o. Onwedi nga no. I don't know if you're getting the point now. Ele ebe ahụrụ ndị Igbo ahụ. Ị na-ajụ what really happened? Why the tribalistic nature? Meanwhile, they said no victor, no vanquish. Sometimes I beginning to wonder this thing I say that the meaning of Naira is never again will an Igbo man rule Nigeria. Me, I'm beginning to wonder whether it's true or is this just folk tale or just fallacy. You know all those things where people they talk. That's another thing. There has been a lot of fighting about the let's discuss outcome of Nigeria brutal civil war, which lasted for about 30 months from 1967 to 1970. At the end of the war, the victorious Yakubu Gowon famously declared no victor, no vanquish, and made it clear that the aim of the federal government was the reunification and reintegration of the former citizens of the rebel Republic of Biafra into the Federal Republic of Nigeria. While, as with most things Nigerian, there were probably good intentions, we have a habit of being long on rhetoric and short on actual practicals. In this regard, the treatment of the bank holding of the former Biafran has become a painful sticking point even half a century later. During the war, the government of Nigeria concerned that its own currency was being used to finance the war efforts of the rebels, changed its currency and mandated all old money be managed be changed to the new notes before a set deadline, after which all old notes would be null and void. The Biafran government, not to be outdone, also mandated a change of currency, introducing the Biafran pound and criminalizing the position of Nigerian currency within its territory. This presented problems for the citizens of Biafra as they were quite oblivious, unable to travel to federal territory to comply with the directive. Following the war, the federal government directed that all invalid currency notes held by former Biafrans be presented to the central bank for conversion to the new currency. Once this was done, however, the federal government then directed that the sum of £20 be paid to all Biafran bank account holders, regardless of the balance of their account prior to the directive, or the amount of cash they had presented. Myriad reasons were given for this flat payment, ranging from loss of record to persons presenting invalid Biafran pounds for conversion. It has been argued that those who presented old Nigerian pounds for conversion received full value. This latter position, however, is false. In Chief J.J. Ewozo vs. CBN, the plaintiff submitted the sum of £26,659 in old Nigerian currency to the CBN. In compliance with the directive of the government, the central bank acknowledged receipt of this sum and then proceeded to give Chief Ewozo the sum of £20, stating that it was in compliance with the directive of the government and also claiming that the deadline for conversion of old Nigerian pounds had long passed. It is pertinent to note that each point that the decree under which old currency notes were exchanged specifically made it an offense for anyone to bring in Nigerian currency from the Biafran territory for exchange. It therefore makes it rather strange that the federal government, having initially criminalized the transportation of old currency notes for conversion and then asked citizens who were previously unable to convert their notes to bring them forward for conversion, would then refuse to provide value for the old notes that it requested. In addition to basically stealing the life savings of defeated Biafrans, the federal government also attacked another aspect of their lives, legality, despite having declared that judicial officers serving in the rebel territories would merely be considered as being on paid leave for the duration of the war. The Nigerian courts rather refused to recognize any legal proceeding or contract entered into between Biafra citizens during the period of the rebellion. In Chief A.N. Onyuke v. G.E. Okeke, the Supreme Court of Nigeria ruled that a contract sum meant to have been paid for in Biafran pounds rendered the contract illegal. This despite defendants having received the goods under the contract and never paying them for them even up to the initiation of litigation. In fact, court essentially rebuked the trial judge for ruling that the contract was unenforceable due to the consideration and not illegal. In another instance, the Supreme Court also refused to recognize the validity of the proceedings commenced in the High Court of Biafra, but continued and concluded in Onitsha High Court. These policy decisions coupled with the abandoned properties decree, served to strip the former Biafrans of their property and finances, giving the lie to the government declaration that there was no victor, no vanquished, as these policies seem to be exactly the sort of things imposed upon a conquered people as though to make them pay for the cost of their own conquest. The invalidation of legal agreements, even though the issue were the same sort of business commercial transaction carried out every day, and refusal to integrate legal proceedings from Biafra, even though the judges received the same training used the same system, and were integrated into judicial service after the war, is perhaps even more instructive of the fact that no victor, no vanquished was mere sloganeering. Nigeria, however, refused to have any sort of honest discourse about the Civil War, whether it is the event leading up to the war, the action of all sides during the war, or the policies of the government after the war. When I don't see as they happen, you can see that well analyzed write-up of what happened. This is telling you after the government of Nigeria said no victor, no vanquish. After then, what has happened? What has happened? All thanks to Cheta Wanze for bringing out this particular one. One made the a na-asịkwa na onye ziri school, if your mama send you to school, go to school. Don't go to school and be doing alabanko with other girls. Go to school, and when you graduate, you will find yourself in a better place. Ekene munu ndị Igbo, ya ekene munu elieno nwono ya bụ kana nwa afọ onye Igbo ọkụ machiri ike na ka ndobiri ya ngana no onye owere kwuru.